Hello, all my wonderful exercisers. Um, I am going to attempt to do my Stretching with Scripture class from my home, right, where we all are. Luckily, I was able to find a mat, and I actually have a balance ball, although we're not using it here. Um, so I ask you just to take, before you do this, we're not going to do the warm-up together here, but I ask you to spend 8 to 10 minutes warming up. And, that could mean dancing around a little bit. It could mean doing some of the things that we do in class, marching in place, knee lifts, kicks, different kind of moves, making sure you move your arms as well. But the importance of that is, as you know, to get the blood moving, the oxygen flowing through your body, warm up those joints to get ready to do the stretches, because I don't want you to hurt yourself. And this class will be, we're going to start off doing some stretches. Actually, they're more like warm-ups, sitting in a chair. Now, you could do these standing up, but I thought for a little variety, I would do it sitting in the chair, and for some of us, that might work best. Then we're going to go to some standing postures, and then we'll go down to the mat, and we'll do some postures on our hands and knees and on our back, all good stretches, and ones that you'll probably be familiar with from my class. And then after that, we do a prayer in motion, which, as you know, in my classes, we always end with that, with gestures and music. And finally, then you get to the point where you lie on your mats, and I walk you through a little relaxation and read a short inspirational meditation. Now, unfortunately, I can't give you a scented lavender cloth for those, but you can improvise. You can take a washcloth, you can fold it. If you have any essential oils like lavender, lemongrass, eucalyptus, whatever you have, you can put a few drops on it and put it in your microwave. And you'll have to test your microwave. Mine is 1,000 watts, and 45 seconds was long enough to do it. So don't overcook it. But that's if you want to add a little something extra while we do this. So I thank you for joining me. And remember, as always, I will offer some modifications for some things. But if you're doing something and it doesn't feel right or it hurts, you stop, right? If you're in a posture and you need to come out of it, just come out of it. You don't have to hold it as long. This is not a contest, especially now you're at home. Who's to see? But that's not what this class is about. True yoga is more about perfecting my body. Now, I do want to work on my body, but I don't consider it a competition with others. I am just working on my strength and my endurance, all that you know. Okay, so again, this is my first attempt at being a videographer, so bear along with me. I'll ask you to let me know how it went at the end. All right, so we're going to start, as I said, in the chair, with some little music, of course. Ladies, this works best with a chair without arms, and also a solid chair. This happens to be a heavy wooden chair, so I don't have to worry about it tipping over. If you're on a flimsier chair, don't come out to the edge. You don't want to fall off. So we're going to sit up tall toward the ends of the chair if you can. Your feet are flat on the floor, feet are hip width apart, and we're going to start with some shoulder shrugs. So for shoulder shrugs, we just bring our shoulders up to our ears and release. Try it again. Shrug up and down. Again, breathe in when you go into it. Breathe in and breathe out. Let's do one more of those. Shoulders up and down. All right. Now we'll take it to some shoulder rolls. Rolling it back first. So slowly all through, feeling those shoulder blades press together in the back. Should feel good. All right, change directions now. Let's go to the front. Okay, if you feel a little creaking going on. All right, stopping there. All right, we're going to take our arms up, out, and down. So reach up, out, and down. Stretch them. Up, out, and down. Remember, you're always in control of the core of your body. That's your abdomen and your back. They should be strong. All right, one more like that. Up and out and down. All right. So next we're going to do some arm circles. Arms go straight out. And your thumbs are down. Thumbs are down, so palms are pointing back. Let's circle to the back, little circles. Relax in the shoulders. Don't hunch them up while you're doing this. Relax. And stop. Thumbs up and forward. Circles. You know me, I don't like to do a lot of counting because I tend to lose count after 2. It just goes on how you feel. No requirement for a number of times we do something. All right, let them lower. All right. Make sure we adjust our posture. So we should be sitting up tall. We're going to do some more with our arms. So this time we're going to take our arms up front, bend at the elbow, bring the elbows together, and open and close. So it's open and close. When you come to the back, squeeze the back. Remember, this is getting all those parts of our body ready to do the postures. Let's do 2 more of those. One more. And open. All right, just extend those arms and we'll do shoulder touches. So bring it in and touch your shoulder and out. But keeping the upper part of your arms stationary. It shouldn't be moving. It should be parallel to the floor. Feeling it yet? All right, how about 2 more times? Out. articulate them. We'll hear them cracking, that's all right. Let's go the other way. Right. And one more exercise here for the wrist. Arms are up again. Make fists really tight, and then expand your fingers. Squeeze it. Open and stretch. Squeeze. Open and stretch. Open. Let's do two more. Squeeze it. Open. Squeeze it. And open. Very nice. Arms come down. All right. You know, when you sit a long time, it's your hip flexors that get it, and that we need to stretch out. That's why your hips may hurt in the morning. So a really great stretch for those who are sitting tall, sitting square. You're going to take one ankle and place it across the opposite knee. And you're going to have your hand lightly on your foot and your knee. You're not pressing down, you're just resting them there. Make sure there's a 90-degree angle there with your base leg. So we're going to breathe in here. As you breathe out, just come forward, hinge forward. Don't round the back, just hinge forward a little bit. You'll feel it. And then what we're going to do, raise the heel up and lower. We'll do that a few times. So raising it up and lower. Raise it up, lower. Raise it up, lower. Two more times, up and lower. One more, lower. So by raising your heel, you're giving an extra stretch. You can feel it. Hopefully you're feeling it. All right, we're going to switch sides. Make sure that 90 degree. All right, and your hands or your elbows can be here. But sit up tall to begin. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hinge forward. Feeling that stretch. Oh, it feels good back here. Yeah. All right, lift the heel. And lower. Lift it. And lower. Lower. Lift it. Lower. Two more times. Here's up. Down. One more time. Lifting up. Good one with the heel. And lower it. Nice. You can uncross those legs. Alright. Now this next one, you can hold on to your chair. You can have your hands at your hips. You can have your hands out to the side. Whatever you feel comfortable doing. We're going to stretch out. Lift a knee first. Stretch out that leg. There's my toes. All right. We're going to point and flex. Point and flex. Aha. Point and flex again. Yes, Mr. Thigh is working. How about one more point and flex? Point, flex, and lower that foot. Now that might remind you of something else we do in my class, which is called the eye or ayin in Hebrew. Yeah, gets good for that upper thigh there, the quadricep. Okay, sit up tall again. Breathe in as you raise a knee. Breathe out, stretch that leg out, and point and flex. Point and flex. Keep going. Doesn't look like my foot is connected to my body in this video. Right, flex again. First time doing this, so bear with me. Flex. One more time. Point and flex. And lower. let's open our legs here. Knees are bent. All right, so we have a wide stance. We're going to do that posture. It's called the saw in Pilates. But we have our arms out. We're sitting up tall, relaxing our shoulders. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to twist and reach toward that foot. Reach, and then come up, relaxing shoulders, go the other way. Coming up. Keep going. Reach for the toes. And up. We're just not going very fast, but I want to get that twist in your body going. Twist and lower. All right, one more time, going to each side. And a modification is always not having to go all the way down. All right, lowering the arms. All right, bring them together. All right, we're going to do finish here on the chair with the posture called the root. And again, this is one you should remember from class. It's more like a twisted root, I would call it. So again, you're starting out toward the end of that chair, sitting up tall. We're going to start with our lower body first. So you're going to cross one leg over. And then, and you might have to do this with your hand, you reach back and you get that foot, if you can, behind your calf. So it's just kind of stuck to the back of your calf. Then breathing in as you raise your arms up, bend at the elbow, put one elbow inside the other, twisting your arms around and holding your hands. Right? So now we're twisted at the bottom and the top, the root and the branches. From Romans 11 it says, if the root is holy, the branches are too. And that's us. So I'm going to have you breathe in as you lift your arms, and then breathe out. Engage the stomach muscle. Core helps everything. Breathing in and breathing out. One more time. Breathing in, raise those arms up. Breathing out. And release. All right. Maybe a little late to say this now, but if you wanted to do all these chair exercises standing, you could just as well. All right. Just a little variation. All right. Other side. Again, get your posture. Cross the leg over and tuck. I've got to tuck it back there. There we go. Okay. All right. And then you're breathing in again as you raise those arms. And now the opposite elbows. Wow, this is good for across the upper back as well. Breathing in, raise it up. And breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Keep going. Do not be arrogant toward the branches. But if you are arrogant, remember that it's not you who supports the root, but the root supports you. One more time, lift and lower and release. All right, just kind of get a little roll, shake things out. All right, so now I'm gonna just put aside the chair for now. Our standing exercises, our standing postures. And the first one we always do, because it usually starts most standing postures, is called Mount Zion. And it really is just really good posture. So here's what we do. You get your feet hip width apart. Now, some people go a little further than they should. This is my shoulder width apart, and this would be my hip width apart. Right? Make sure we have that right. And then you want to make sure you're balanced between the front and the back of your feet. So you're not leaning forward, you're not leaning back or to the side. You are centered over your feet. Right? Now, you keep your knees soft. And soft means there's a little give to them. They're not bent, they're just a little soft. They're not locked in place. Because that kind of, locks up the blood flow. We don't want to do that. So we keep it soft. Now, tummy tucked. You're going to hear me say that a lot. And it doesn't mean squeezing it in. All right, that's not what we're doing. But it's engaging it, that you can feel you're tightening it here. Right? And then we want to make sure our hips are tucked under. Right, so hips tucked under. So the opposite of, I'm going to show you the opposite of that if I can here. All right, so if my hips are not tucked under, I might have more of a curve in my back. I don't want to do that. I want to make sure hips are tucked under, engaging the tummy. All right, all those things are in place. And then you're going to breathe in as you take your arms behind you. And as you breathe out, you just bring those arms to your side. Wow, your shoulders are down and back. You've got great posture. You're looking straight ahead. Your chest is lifted and open. And we call this Mount Zion because it's our strong posture. We are strong as a mountain, Mount Zion. Those who trust in the Lord are like Mount Zion, which cannot be moved, but abides forever. All right, relax in those shoulders. Now, it's a good time to talk about breathing while we're in this posture. We want to breathe in through our nose and then out through the nose and mouth. We're not doing anything fast. And we're not, I'll demonstrate what you don't do. You don't do with the shoulders up. No, we don't, not breathing into our shoulders here. We want it to come from lower down in our diaphragm. So breathe in, and chest will expand, and breathe out. And everything is done slowly. You'll hear me say breathe in and breathe out as we go into a posture and as we come out. It's just as important as the stretch. Right? Really supplying those muscles and joints with oxygen. So we're nice and strong in our Mount Zion posture. From here, we're going to go up into the reed posture. So taking a breath in. And then as you breathe out, I want you to bend your knees a bit. Bring the arms forward, link the thumbs. Take another breath in as you go up. And breathing out as you stretch your hands up. Now, the key is to keep your lower arm by your ear, not in front, but by your ear. And to keep those hips tucked under, protecting their back. Your eyes can look up. This is called the reed. A bruised reed he will not break, and smoking flax he will not quench. So if we're a reed, we know we can slightly bend in the wind. We can even strongly bend in the wind, and we won't be broken. Keep breathing. Fingers are pointing straight up. I want you to just point straight up now. Great stretch for the whole body. Breathe in. And now breathing out, release those arms. They slowly come forward. You're going to bend your knees. You're going to hinge forward and bring those arms behind you and up. This is the eagle posture. You should feel it in your triceps, the back of your arms. You're looking at the floor, engaging the belly button. Those who wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. Definitely we want to be able to walk without fainting. All right, we hold these postures for a little bit. Now take a breath in. And as you breathe out, you're going to slowly hinge back up. Everything is slow. You're back into your Mount Zion posture. All right. Next, we're going to do the elbow stretch. Just make sure feet are in Mount Zion. All right. Nice posture. We're going to take a breath in here. And breathe it out. Bring those hands behind you, trying to hold your forearms or your elbows wherever you can reach. You're holding them back there, and then your shoulders down and back. Good stretch here for the chest. Looking straight ahead and strong. This is from one of the Psalms, 138. Though I walk in the midst of trouble, you will revive me. You will stretch forth your hand against the wrath of my enemies, and your right hand will save me. Breathing in, and then breathing out as you release those arms. Shaking them out a little bit. All right. Our rainbow stretch is next. This time you're going to place your feet shoulder width apart, all right? They're a little more out. That's to give us better balance for this one. We're going to have the palm of our hand on one side facing out. You're going to breathe in as you raise that arm up, straight by your ear, and then breathing out, bend to the side. All right, the other hand just kind of relaxes on your leg. If you want more of a stretch for this, you can reach up and grasp your wrist lightly and just get a little extra there. Don't have to do that. The verse for this posture comes from Genesis. God said, when I see a rainbow in the clouds, I will remember the eternal covenant between God and every living creature on earth. Holding your wrist, release it. When we come out of this, we do it very slowly. So take a breath in, and then breathe it out, slow, palm up. Bring ourselves up. This is as much a stretch as the first part of it, right? It really feels good. All right, the other side. Palm is out, breathing in as we raise that arm up. Breathe out, bend into the side. Holding your wrist if you want more of a stretch. But we don't want to bend forward or back. You can be looking straight ahead or down. This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. That wrist if you're holding it. Take a breath in. Keep breathing out. You're slow, coming back up. Using that core to bring you back up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Our next posture is called the angel. Here, just make sure you have room behind you to extend your leg. We start in Mount Zion. Shoulders down and back. All right. Take a breath in and put the weight on one side. And as you breathe out, the other leg goes back and down. You plant that heel behind you, that leg is straight. We've got our balance here. The wider your legs are apart, the more easy it is to balance. Closer together, working more on your balance. All right, from here, breathe in as you raise your arms up. Palms are front. And then breathe out, just a slight hinge forward with your palms out. Twist to the side. So the front knee is bent. Not over the toes. For he will give his angels charge over you to guard you in all your ways. The arms are up by your ears. Angel on the other side. Mount Zion to start. Breathing in, weight on the other leg. Breathe out, opposite leg back and down. Heel down at the back. Breathing in as you raise those arms up by your ears. Breathe out. Slight hinge forward. We'll continue the verse. For with their hands they will lift you up, so that you will not dash your foot against a stone. Keep breathing. Breathing in, breathing out. Come back to Mount Zion. All right. Next we're going to do our star posture. For the star, we separate our feet several feet apart. We have our toes, our feet pointed at a 45-degree angle, so they're not straight, just a little bit out. All right. So from here, you want to make sure the pelvis tucked in, tummy is tucked in, shoulders down and back. Breathe in as you raise your arms out to the side, the palms are down. Then as you breathe out, extend those arms out. Nice and strong. You can't see my hands, but you can also do a little twinkling with your hands if you want to. Right, you gotta keep something moving. The verse is from Daniel. Those who are wise shall shine like the brightness of the firmament, and those who turn many to righteousness are like the stars forever and ever. All right, we're going to tilt our star. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, one hand goes to rest on your leg, the other straight up. Palm faces the front, and you look up at your hand if you can, if it doesn't bother your neck. Stretching it up there as if you're trying to grab the ceiling. You should feel that stretch all the way from your fingers all the way down to your hip. We're not leaning to the side though, we're just reaching up. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, I want you to do the opposite arm. Come all the way up with that arm, reach it up. Palm is front, look it up. Breathe in, breathe out, bringing that arm down. All right, just roll your shoulders back a little bit here. We like to do at least one balance move. Balance is important, right? So, and it's always better on a solid floor. When you're on especially a thick mat, it can get a little unbalancing. But this is our tree posture. All right, so We start in our Mount Zion posture. And let me just show you the different levels for the tree. Because we're all at different stages in our balance, especially if we're working on it. So the first level is when you put the instep of one foot on top of the other. Right? So even if you just try that, you'll see, yeah, a little unbalanced here. So it is a balance move. Right? The second level is to put the bottom of your sole of your foot on your lower leg. The knee goes out to the side. A little more of a balance challenge. All right? And then the third level, if you want to try it and you don't have real slippery pants on, is to take the sole of that foot up onto your thigh. Right? The knee again is out. Right? So this is the third level. So you can start out at one and move to another, whatever you want to do. All right, working on balance. Mount Zion posture, breathe in, put the weight on one side. Breathe out and bring that foot up wherever you want to place it. Then when you get the balance, you bring up the branches, kind of a rounded arm, lifting up. Right. The righteous man is like a tree planted by the rivers of water, which brings forth fruit in its season. Its leaves shall not wither, and whatever he does shall prosper. And breathe in, breathe out and lower. I found that when you turn your head, yes, you're going to lose that balance. Let's try it again. The other side. Mount Zion. Breathe in, putting the weight on the other leg. Breathe out, bring the opposite foot up, planting it on your thigh. Getting your balance there, then raising your branches. I shall be like a tree, planted by the rivers of water. Bring forth fruit in my season. My leaves shall not wither, and whatever I do, I will prosper. Breathing in and breathing out as you come on down. All right. Sometimes the balance is better on one side than the other. We notice that every side that you favor. All right, our last final standing posture is called the prayer shawl. It's called that